What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel. My name is Derrick. Today is a special day. I'm going to get right to it. Ladies and gentlemen, or should I say ladies and a couple guys, I bring to you Mando. And Mando, say hello, and then we'll give everyone some context here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mando. I'm basically Derrick's little brother.
This is true. This is very true. So I spoke highly of you in the last video. So if anyone wants some context, you can go to video number 4.
Not highly enough.
So Mando is, gosh, there's no way to really say it without saying like right-hand man, which is kind of demeaning in a little way, but because you're more than that. But Mando has been working for me, gosh, since day one. I hired Mando to be my graphic designer to make me a logo. And that was an interesting process because I was a bad client for him.
Not a bad client. You just didn't know a lot of what you wanted.
Anyways.
You wanted, yeah. We'll discuss that in a second.
So yeah, I want to get, this is about you. And I just want to give people context. And from that point forward, we just built a relationship. You ended up designing our website. You became an audio editor. You're a video editor. You do a lot of stuff for me personally and our company, but then you work for our clients too in all of those areas. Like right now, you're building a website for a client that's going to be awesome when it's done, and that will be a story for another video and all that good stuff. But I want to talk to you and learn more about you. Even though I've known you now for 2 years, there might be some things that I still don't know about. But what I do,
our relationship is a lot like it started off as just like you're employing me, I do the work for you, but then over like time, it's developed into like, okay, we're legitimately friends now.
Yeah,
he doesn't just sign my paychecks. He's actually like a friend. Probably my only one.
Likewise on that one too. I have no life.
Yeah. So my name's Armando, but I go by Mando, just Mando. People misspell that all the time. Derrick uses my name for Chick-fil-A when he goes through drive-thrus.
True story.
And I don't know why, but he uses my name. So go ahead. Do you want to tell?
Well, let me give context to that story. So I had Mando on I was in the Chick-fil-A drive-through line, and me and Mando were on a call through my Bluetooth speakers in my car. And the lady came up to my car to take my order. I'm like, Mando, hold on, I gotta make my order at Chick-fil-A. And he's like, oh, okay. So I think it was a 12-count chicken nugget with French fries, large root beer. And she's like, can I have a name? I was like, yes, Mando. I gave her Mondo's name. And Mondo's like, you jerk.
They just spell it Mondo?
Yeah, they spelled it wrong. So
yeah, that's very common.
But look, so all right, let's start here. I know this, but where are you from originally?
I'm from Virginia. That's where I grew up all my life. So Virginia is where I considered home, Northern Virginia. Then I moved to Georgia. That's where I met my wife. And so I've been living in Georgia for about 5 years now. 5-6 years. And with my wife, that's where we met online, long distance. I traveled down to Georgia to be with her. We got married, and now we're actually about to have our second child. So I would like to be more on this channel. Well, I'm not going to steal his thunder, but
go Mando.
I'll have to probably take a hiatus at some point because of my second child that's going to be born.
Well, congratulations on that. I know your wife is very close. Very close.
Yes,
so
she can burst at any moment.
Well, if you want to put it that way, sure.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And I've met your son. He comes and barrels into our meetings often, and he's very sweet.
He tells everyone I love you and just kind of I miss you. So he'll come in here. He'll wake up. He'll be all like groggy eyes and everything. He'll be like, "Good morning, Derrick." And then once he says goodbye, he's like, "All right, bye. I love you, Derrick."
And then he calls you something. What does he call you?
Like a butt face or something.
Yeah. He's like, Daddy's a butt face.
He's in his toddler phase where everything's butts and farts.
Yeah. So what how were you in high school? Like, what did you really focus on? What was your
High
strong
school.
suit? Like, were you
Oh man,
into graphic design and all that stuff early?
well, I've messed with like the Adobe products, Adobe Photoshop, that stuff. I've been into that for like all my life. The earliest form of like content creation was like I had like a little camcorder that my older brother had, and had like a little teddy bear, and I don't know how old I was. I was probably like 6, 8, something like that, something young. And I would record the teddy bear dancing to music and have these like weird rainbow effects going on. It was like Windows Movie Maker and all that. And so I got into that. I got into like drawing and art, and I used to consider myself an artist. I don't anymore because it's been a while, but that kind of led me into the Photoshop route. And since then, it's been something I considered as a hobby. When I moved to Georgia, I worked as a server for Olive Garden, and then money was a bit tight then because that's when I had my first child. And I was just kind of like in this kind of desperate mindset that I wanted to get out of serving because I just did not like that job. It was super stressful. I was super introverted. It took me like 6 months to get anywhere decent at that job.
That's
I
not
was
that's not a good job for an introvert at all.
no, but
I've
it, I
done it
mean, it
too,
helped
and
me. It gave me,
I did it too, and I was awful at it. So
yeah, but I think it gives you a lot of good life skills or just communication skills. And so
it makes you a better tipper. That's for
oh
sure.
yeah, for sure.
I think anyone should. I think it should be like necessary. Everyone become a server for 6 months. So like
Yeah.
it's you have to do it. But you graduate high school. You're in adulthood. You got to serve food for 6 months, and then you'll appreciate the hell that servers go through.
Yeah. Like I'll go out to eat with my wife, and even if the service is bad, I will still tip them like 30% just because I
Yeah.
know they're probably just having a bad day or something.
Oh.
And they want to quit on the spot. And I've been there dozens of times. I've never had a panic attack, but I've had like 3 when I worked at Olive Garden.
If there's any servers out there watching, I'm gonna sidebar here, tell it off. One of my most horrific moments waiting tables. It was at an Applebee's in Nashville, Tennessee. Just moved to Nashville. Literally, I've been there maybe 10 days. And I by no means have a Southern accent right now. I've been in the South over 15 years, but I've lost a lot of the Yankee too. So 1 week into the South, I was as Yankee as possible. So there was already that. So that was already like always making me nervous because people were like, "Where are you from?" And I'd be like, "Maine," and they were like, "Oh, I thought it was New York," and all that stuff. So, and I just would get anxious easily. So anytime it was busy, man, it was just like I was not smooth. I was never a smooth server. Like, "Hey, how you doing? My name is Derrick. How can I help you?" It's just like, "Please tell me what you want, and I want to write it down immediately and go." So there was one day where we were short some servers, and I had like a section that would usually take 3 people, 3 servers to take care of. It was all on me, and it was busy. It's like lunch rush, and I was in the weeds, as they say, Mando. I don't know if you heard
Oh
that in
yeah.
Olive Garden, but when you are in the weeds, that means you are in panic mode and you cannot keep up with waters, never mind food. So I go to the back and I'm getting a tray full of drinks for several tables, right? So and it's full. There's probably 10 glasses of various fluids on this tray. And so I bring it to the first table that I'm going to be serving, and I put it on the table, but only half of the tray makes it to the table. The other half's hanging over. Then I proceed to now deliver drinks to said table, but I'm delivering the drinks that are on the table. So as I remove glasses, the weight distribution shifts, and the glasses that are on the tray that's hanging over no table makes it flip. And the tray flips and spreads Coke and Dr. Pepper and water and sweet tea all over 2 booths full of people, probably like 8 people total, covered in soda and water.
Oh, dude.
It was the worst feeling, and it was so busy, and they were pissed. They weren't, oh, it's okay, I understand. They're like, dude, whew, that
And
right
even-
there was,
and even,
I
like,
suffer PTSD from that.
Yeah, I wake up. When I started working, I woke up and I woke up in the middle of the night saying, "Oh crap, I forgot to get lemons to table 332." Just like that kind of resurgence of just like, I forgot to do this for that table. Like, no wonder they left me.
Yeah.
I've almost dropped a tray full of heavy plates on a booth. Well, I did drop it on a booth, but thankfully it was empty.
Mm.
And that gave me some like just bad visuals of like, what if there was like a child there or something? I can't do that anymore. Like, I'm
Mhm.
getting nervous right now just talking about it because I'm reliving
Me
all
too.
the memories.
Me
It's
too.
oh yeah, but back to that technique with the tray. What you do is you set half on the table and the other half on your hand. So that way it will never be off balance. And then you take the drinks off from your hand first. Or you slide it all the way. Yeah.
I will go back in time and tell 27-year-old Derrick to do that.
Do that. But yeah, after back to the what was I discussing? Olive Garden. I was trying to get onto the road to how I got into graphic design.
Okay.
So yeah, I was in Olive Garden and I was kind of like desperate to get out of it. And so I was doing a lot of like side hustling business things just to see if I could make any sort of income off that. I tried to start a business on Amazon, but that didn't go well at all. I tried to write a book. I was no writer. I just was bad at everything. And then I don't know how, but someone wanted a design from me because they knew I drew. And so I did something on Photoshop and they really liked it. And I started actually like fully diving into Photoshop and these other programs. And I looked up tutorials, got better at them. And then I had a family member who asked for some designs. And that's when I realized, oh, I can be good at this. Excuse me. And so I did a few designs for some family members, and then it just kind of went into the freelancing route. I signed up for Fiverr, which is a freelancing site. It's kind of like Upwork, if you know that. I think most people know Fiverr more than Upwork, but I did that. But it was kind of like a race to the bottom, where you're competing with people online who are overseas, and they don't need much money to live on. And so
they're freelancers. They're freelancers, entrepreneurs that are just looking for side work, right? They go on this platform and I
was offering my services,
right?
And anybody could communicate with me for my services. And I went to Upwork then because I didn't like Fiverr, and that's when I met Derrick, and he was my only client on Upwork. And then he basically pulled me aside, like, "Hey, I want you to do this work for me."
Yeah, and your life changed forever.
Yeah, and that's no exaggeration.
I mean,
Derrick did change my life.
The second child on its way doesn't compare. I understand. I appreciate it. I'm flattered that I'm the biggest thing that ever happened to you. No, I hope people.
I didn't say biggest.
I hope people understand my sarcasm and my dry humor. Yeah. But yeah, it was a big thing for me. You know, and little did I know we'd be doing this 2+ years later. What I also forgot to mention about Mando is he's my co-host and producer for our podcast called Podlogix, which is a podcast about podcasting. Very original. But we talk to podcasters. We give content for producers that produce podcasts for clients, other agencies. And Mando is on a handful of episodes with me already, and he will be on more. If I'm not talking to a special guest that is in a specific area, like I interview someone that's familiar with SEO, or I just did an interview this weekend that has not been published yet with a gentleman by the name of Alec, who specializes in how to advertise and monetize podcasts on iTunes and other stuff. But then there's episodes where I want to talk about things, and that's where Mando joins me, and we can go back and forth. And we have a lot of fun with that. And when this channel came up and kind of exploded like it did, thanks to my mother, I was like, Mando, this would be kind of fun for you and I to really be who we are anyway. Like, this is me and Mando. What you're seeing is very organic, because over several months now, well, 2 years we've been working together, but for the last several months, we've met every Wednesday to just catch up and figure out next things we need to do for the company, just ideas and things to try. And that's when I feel like we really started ribbing each other and just having a having a fun time with each other. So that's, instead of having our meeting, we're making this video. Like right now, we're supposed to be talking about the website and other things, but we're not. We're doing this video for you, which is fun.
Yeah,
So,
it is definitely a lot of fun, because with the business, we're limited to, well, business things. We have to provide value as a business. But with this channel, Derrick can just do whatever he wants. It's just all fun.
The coolest audience ever. That's my ring. If you see this, it's me, being finicky with my ring. So
I fidget too. I fidget. I
yeah,
take it off and fidget around with it. I drop it so many times.
I spin it like a top. But back on track. What was I saying, Mondo? You cut me off. No, you didn't. I cut myself.
You're a
off.
wonderful audience. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, how cool. We've been gifted this, or this channel's been gifted a pretty neat audience. Again, thanks to my mom.
Thank you, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Darlene. But they're chill.
I'll refer to her as Mom, okay?
But they're chill. They just want to hear a story. I hope that my time with you today has been entertaining for them.
Yeah, there's so much we could talk about, and we've only really scratched the serving at Olive Garden, Applebee's.
and I would gather videos I do with you are probably going to be longer. I want to try staying with 20 minutes. We're already at 17, but I don't want to stop. So I'm having fun. So I want to say something.
Sure.
So I've done pretty good at reading comments. I can't promise I'll read everyone's comments, because we've been very fortunate to get a lot, which is very fun. And 99.9% of them have been positive. I finally got my first negative comment. And I want to talk about it because, I want to get something straight. Okay. I'm not going to put this person's name out there. I don't want to give him any credit. I think it's a guy. He said that my backdrop was distracting, and my closet door between that I was unprofessional. And I'm like, man, look, if you're going to troll me, let's get something right. That is my bathroom, not my closet. If you're going to troll me, get your facts straight. Bathroom. Thank you.
So clear that up.
I had to clear that up, because I want to make sure people know that's actually my bathroom, not my closet.
I had no idea where you're going with that. I wasn't sure if you were serious or what.
That's why I didn't let you know I was going to do that. Another question, Mondo, that I've been getting is why I wear my headphones. Now, I don't want to bury everyone in the minutia of how this all works here, but as far as right now, in order for me to hear Mando and for Mando to hear me, we need to wear our headphones. That way, when I talk into the mic, Mando can hear me and vice versa. So it's absolutely critical that when doing a co-host situation, you need headphones in order for us to be able to communicate.
Otherwise, the sound from the speakers will travel back into the microphone, and it'll just create a feedback. Mm-hmm. And you'll hear like yourself like 2-3 times. It's a loop. And
it will sound
gets
bad.
Annoying.
It will just sound bad.
it's not super necessary when you're just by yourself, but it does, like if you get a notification on your computer, it's less distracting. You hear it through your headphones instead of out loud through the microphone. Just a lot of people wear headphones just to isolate themselves.
Hmm.
Um,
Well,
Plus,
that
Derrick doesn't like the way his ears look.
there's some things that are off limits, Mondo. I don't want to talk about everything on this channel. No, but that really brings to the actual question, and it's valid. So, Derrick, why are you wearing headphones when it's just you? And it's a good point. If it's just me doing the solo video, technically I don't need them. I really don't. But I like having them
I think we're
on.
just used to them.
I'm used to having them on, and it does help to hear my own voice in the headphones. So I sound louder. I can tell if I don't have my headphones on and I move my head and I start talking this way, I'm not going to know that I'm not being recorded properly. So that's the other reason. And I just, it just feels better to have. It's like I'm in my own little studio booth when I have my headphones on. So there was a handful of you that asked that, and I hope that makes sense as to why I wear my headphones. So that's what's been fun about this, Mondo, is I read comments and it gives me ideas and questions to answer, and it's fun.
I read them too. Yeah, I read them too. There's a lot of love and support for you and your mom.
Well, in last video, there's comments about you. Looking forward to meeting you. So, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
hope you guys like me. I hope I'm not too annoying.
I know
I don't have as good of a voice as Derrick, but still.
I have a feeling they're going to like you more than me because you're a young, cute fella. That's what's going to happen.
When I have a story to tell now before we end the video.
Go for it, dude.
So, this mustache. I know it's like the first thing you noticed when you watched me. So, I can't grow a beard or anything else. And that sucks because I really want one. It's like my wife likes beards too.
I can't either. One. I can't, like, this whole area just doesn't work.
Yeah. And I just can't grow one. And so when my wife was giving birth to my first son, I was at the hospital and she had another friend who looked older and was older. But the nurses thought I was like 14. And so without this mustache, I do look super young. I was looking back at some pictures of myself and I was incredibly young. And so people didn't think I was the father of my son. And at that point, that's when I decided to try to see if I can grow something instead of just shave it all off.
That's why you're just trying to look older?
Yes. So this is honestly, it gives me some dad energy. It makes me look a bit more of a dad.
Man, I don't think you're ever going to look old. I don't know. I mean,
that's a good thing when I'm like 40.
I don't know. It doesn't look like you're ever going to be old. Look old.
Yeah.
You just have a youthful...
So that's the reason I have this mustache. I don't even like it. It just makes me look older.
Hey, whatever works. Yeah. How old are you, by the way? I don't know if I've asked you, but I can never remember.
Yeah, I'm 24.
24.
I am young. I am young.
Right. I'm 40. I'm 43. So
I don't like to be mistaken for 14.
But that's why I call you kid. Because
and I'm fine with that.
There's a threshold. Once I'm 19 years older than you, I can call you kid. I think I'm there now.
A kid with a second child on the way.
I know. Oh, dude, a young parent like that, man. I was 30 when I became a dad. So I always look at it as, okay, when Skylar's 20, I'll be 50. Hopefully she's well on her way and all is good. 50, hopefully, God willing, I'm still alive and healthy and plenty to do. But man, by the time your kids are adults, you're going to be still young, man. You're going to be in your early 40s. I mean,
yeah, and that's something I've wanted to do in a way, just so I could relate to them better. Because my parents were super old. Okay. They were very elder when I was born. And so
how old were they? Do you mind if I ask how old?
I don't know how old they were when I was born, but I'm 20. I'll do the math. I'm 24 and my dad's 67 right now, 68 almost. And so I was the youngest sibling.
So he's in his 40s. He was in his mid 40s or so.
Yeah.
Seems. Yeah.
Yeah. And
It's
so
it's too early for math. It's too early for math right now.
Yeah. Yeah. If I'm 24, he's 66, then that's 42.
Yeah. And we're not
I used to
editing
be
this
good at
out.
math, but now I'm blanking. Now that this is like live,
right.
I'm blanking.
And that's what's great again about this audience. They're gonna be like, dude, it's okay. We're human. We're not editing this out.
We'll get corrected.
Someone's like, did the calculator and was like, it's this number, guys. I'm sorry. Just like I was trying to think of the city in Milwaukee. That's embarrassing. Yeah. You know, I was trying to think of the city in Milwaukee. Just think about that.
City of Milwaukee. That's funny. Though once I hear it, though, it doesn't sound odd to me. Only because I don't know the location or anything like that. Yeah. But it just doesn't sound odd to me.
Yeah. But Milwaukee, Wisconsin is what I was trying to say.
Yeah. Now, once you say that, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds so totally right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, guys. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed me having on.
Yes.
I might be on every Wednesday. I don't know. As I said, I might be taking a hiatus.
It all depends on the audience reaction. If this becomes our highest rated video, then that speaks volumes. But honest, regardless of the views, Mando's gonna be on this channel a lot anyway. But yeah, since he and I already meet Wednesdays, then it could very well be that you might see Mando on Wednesday. Can't promise that, you know, we can't promise that. And then yes, Mando's fixing to have a child here. So that's gonna be
not me, my wife.
Well, yes, we know that. We know that, Mando. Thank you. Thank you for educating.
All right, bye, everyone.
Take care.